So this is a comment. My voice did not crack right there, okay? So this is a comment that's on my YouTube. And every once in a while, I like to read some comments. And so we're going to read this one. Now, this young fella right here, Derek Noto, obviously is a big fan of mine. And whenever people, whenever you think, oh man, James just does YouTube, or James just does podcasts, or James just does streams, he just likes the glory. He likes everyone just love, just saying how much they love him. James just does it for the clout, dude. Remember this kind of stuff. So we're going to read it. This is a comment on a video I made in July that said to wear a mask for the coronavirus. Bro, I feel exactly the same way as you do. Oh, okay, cool. Appreciate it, Derek. But just on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Okay, that's okay. I am the most respectful. Now, guys, remember that? I am the most respectful, God-fearing person. We won't get into the semantics, but God-fearing should be hyphenated. God-fearing person most know, and a full hands-on father. Full's not needed there either. I love how you demonize and degrade. I love how you demonize and degrade us by telling us we are trying to prove our masculinity. Now remember, okay, it has nothing to do with being a badass or trying to prove anything to anyone, so stop trying to evaluate things with your narrow-minded thinking. Narrow-minded should be hyphenated. Narrow-minded thinking and putting people in a box that you can understand or perceive. Okay, remember that important sentence. It has nothing to do with being a badass or his masculinity. Okay. I am tired of having a complete load of crap shoved down my throat by the media and by people like you, that's me, who are completely indoctrinated and brainwashed by a completely corrupt government that has nothing of your best interest in mind, but control, power, and money. Men like you, that's me, are the reason my child won't have rights in the future because you don't think critically and all you do is obey what your masters tell you without question. Okay, so again, his kids will not have rights in the future because I told people in July to wear a mask to not spread coronavirus. Check. You, that's me, are destroying people's lives. We are destroying people's lives by telling them to wear a mask to not spread coronavirus. You, that's me, literally said yourself that it most likely won't kill you, and yet you want the whole world to close down, completely shut businesses that can't make it, put people out of home. Suicides are through the roof, as well as overdoses, and all of this so you don't get something as common as a flu. Okay. And we've gone over plenty of times why the flu comparison is not an apt comparison, mostly because the flu, 1, has a vaccine. The flu, 2, has medicine. You can take stuff. You can take NyQuil. You can take other medication for the flu. The flu runs its course in about 4 days, something like that. We have a pretty good understanding of the flu, but we won't get into that. Yet you sit here and call people disgusting and unempathetic babies. You and disgusting sadists, I think it's supposed to be sadists. You and disgusting sadists, how about this sentence? You and disgusting sadists like you, I don't think we need a second you there, are going to throw every last right we have down the drain and then sit here and talk with some sense of virtuosity and superiority with your abusive and condescending language. My abusive and condescending language. Because your mind is too little and people out here are miles ahead of you in the intelligence department. Seems kind of condescending to me. I'm sorry your ignorance and stupidity mixed with indoctrination and brainwashing, what a combination that is. What What a little combo. Stupidity, ignorance, indoctrination, and brainwashing. Won't allow your little mind to comprehend the real things going on in the shadow that you refuse to acknowledge because it would destroy your false sense of reality. What a sentence. Holy shit. People's concepts and views aren't conspiracies just because your mind can't comprehend the much larger picture going on in the shadows. Hey, anytime you talk about something going on in the shadows, it's a conspiracy. You should be very upset at the people yanking your chains, but again, you aren't smart enough to question them. Keep running around minding other people's business that are just trying to live life normal and not like a paranoid, idiotic sheep that deems their fellow humans a threat for breathing. You really have some maturing and waking up to do, and I hope you mind your own business, because we people in the know are really sick of your blind following and your ignorant insistence we do the same. I don't have nothing to prove. Oh, I love those. I don't have nothing to prove to you and can tell. Here we go. Now, do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember when he said that this wasn't about his masculinity or being a badass? I can tell you, that's me, are a feminized beta male. Interesting. But that's by design. So you aren't confused and compliant as you are now. Or so you are confused and compliant as you are now. Pray to God and seek his word, not your government media's brainwashing fear and BS. Oh man, I'm just out here trying to do the Lord's work, man. I'm just trying to educate these idiots like Derek Noto, who thinks I'm ignorant and dumb and stupid and small-minded, but Derek can't figure out how to use a space bar. Hey, Derek, the long button on your keyboard, it spaces your words out. So maybe use that. Maybe like, I don't know, once. Just click it. Please. Please, Derek. This is unbelievable. It's so funny. I find this a lot with people who have commented on my videos and who hate me and who want me to die and stuff. I find out that at the beginning, they kind of state their argument, whatever. But by the end of it, they actually end up making my argument, which is usually why I don't go back and read comments. But this one was so fantastic. I just had to read it. This whole comment starts with him saying that it's not about being masculine. It's not about being a badass. It's not about being feeling like people are putting you in a box, stuff like that, which is what I lay out in this video. In this video, I lay out the whole idea that, you know, this is when we didn't have our camera, and this is when we were filming on the webcam. You can tell by my incredible exposure here. But we laid out in this video that people are, you know, having trouble with the mask because they feel like they're being thrown into a box, or they're having their rights taken away, or, you know, and they're having trouble with it. And a lot of the people who are against it are, you know, citing things like, oh, don't be a baby, you know, be tough, only as Ben Shapiro say, only P words, wear masks. And he lays out that it has nothing to do with that. But just a few short lines later, he completely flips to where I must be, because I'm wearing a mask, that I must be a feminized beta male. Which is insane, because what would that have to do, like, what would being a feminized beta male, and again, you can't take as much creatine as I do and be a feminized beta male. I just did deadlift today. I have a bar in my living room where I deadlift. Okay, there ain't nothing feminine about what's going on here. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But what does being feminized have anything to do with wearing a mask or not? Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And then, like, you know, condescending language, abusive, with the whole time he's calling me ignorant, stupid, indoctrinated, brainwashed, little mind. It's wild, man. Like, these people are out there. Derek Noto's out there. Derek Noto this is him. This is what he believes. This is his life. It's crazy. I mean, I get a lot of comments like this. I get a lot of comments. I tell you what, I never look at like the like ratio of my videos because most of the time people just do not like, flat out, just do not like what I'm saying because it does not follow this train of thinking. This train of thinking is exactly what we're trying to work against. This is that incredibly rash, emotional, just insane, nothing behind it, no facts, no research, just I feel a certain way. I'm closed-minded, and this is what's so scary about the internet. The internet has created this. The internet has created this, where this guy thinks that there's a larger picture going on in the shadows, and his kids won't have rights because of the mask. I mean, this guy has heard from someone that the mask is taking people's rights away, and his children will not have rights because of a mask. And I am destroying people's lives. Most of the time, we just stream Hearthstone or Fall Guys or FIFA or WoW or something. And we talk about some societal issues, and I really just kind of bebop to my own tunes. And this guy thinks that is destroying people's lives. Unbelievable, man. It's so funny because if I go back to my videos, if I go back to my channel, and I take a look at like my like ratio or whatever, you can tell which ones I'm talking like kind of against the grain because those are the ones that people just shit all over. Like right here, we made fun of Ben Shapiro and his reaction to WAP. 55%. Oh, wait. You can't see that. Hold on. And again, guys, thumbnail game through the roof. Our thumbnail game is unbelievable. No one does it better. But you can tell Ben Shapiro, we make fun of Ben Shapiro and his WAP reading. No, not a big deal. 55%. State flag, make fun of all the state flags. 79%. Naked Athena, we talk about the Portland protests, and Naked Athena, 42%. Deshaun Jackson shares Hitler quote. This is when we were slamming Stephen A. Smith for his response to Deshaun Jackson and all that. 33%. Talk about Godzilla's kid being trans and how we probably don't need to worry about trans issues in a Godzilla cartoon. 33%. This is the anti-masker video where that person commented 50%. Drew Brees, this is where we stood up for Drew Brees and said that the reaction to Drew Brees in the national anthem was overblown. 60%. Make fun of Madonna. 70%. Make fun of people taking... getting the circle game, 75%. It's crazy. Very, very crazy. Dude, look how good our thumbnails became though, dude. Like, look how good our thumbnails are now. Like this is kind of when we first started the whole process. This is like the beginning of quarantine. And look at how much better they've gotten. These last like 10,000 views, 95% like, boom, got them. Easy clap.